कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Sita, who was extremely disturbed upon listening to the distress call as heard by her of Rama, she dispatched Lakshmana. Though there were certain unacceptable statements of Sita or Lakshmana, Lakshmana had to leave the place. That is when he requested the forest deities to come and protect Sita. This call of Lakshmana was heard by Jatayu. On the other hand, Ravana came in the disguise of a mendicant, an ascetic, a sannyasi, a parivrajaka. He came, he described Sita's beauty, he sought alms, Sita described her married life, and at the end of which Ravana revealed his original form, Vimshadbhujam, Dashagrivam, and ran behind Sita, like how a doe will be panic-stricken and shall run from the clutches of a hunter, so did Sita run. He held with his left hand her hair and with his right hand her thighs. As he carried her, came a pertinent question: if Vedavati's Shapam, curse, did not work. Yes, the curse was powerful, but the curse came with a condition that only if Ravana touched or coaxed himself on a woman physically with evil intentions of molesting her, he will attain death. Though his intent was evil, Valmiki intelligently uses the simile of Buddham iva Rohinim, like how Buddha may abduct his stepmother Rohini, so did Ravana abduct Sita. Now, there is another counter theory. Sir, Ravana's daughter is only Sita. She was later sent to Janakapattinam, and later he realized that it was his daughter. This is one theory. Many movie directors have also showcased this. Hence, a lot of the social media sites where sudden intellectuals debate and discuss, they ask this, that Sita was Ravana's daughter. As per Ramayanam, as per the Moola Grantham, Adi Kavyam, Pramana Grantham, Valmiki Ramayanam, there is no such reference. Hence, when Valmiki does not mention, and it is not there in the Pramana Grantham, there is no need for us to speculate on this particular topic. Though it may excite a lot of neo-writers and authors, and I am not here to critique or criticize them, Valmiki does not make any mention of this. But when Ravana manages to touch Sita, his feelings momentarily changed. That is why he didn't attain death. He abducts Sita, and on his journey, he meets up with the scavenger bird Jatayu. Jatayu says, like how a Vedic text cannot be misinterpreted by just using forceful logic, similarly, Sita whose Jaganmata cannot be attained by you just because you have the prowess and valor with you. Nashaktasvam baladhrutam vaidehim mama pashyatah hetubhir nyaya samyuktair dhruvam veda shruti miva. As Jatayu reached the upper quarters of the sky, Valmiki uses an adjective. He says, Varaspatigata Shriman. He uses the word Shriman. Shriman is generally a term used for prosperity. The one who has obtained the incessant grace of Mahalakshmi. Why should a scavenger bird get that? Even there are astikas in Sanatana Dharma and there are devout people in other religions and even agnostic people, nastikas in the world, who consume non-vegetarian food. In my basic understanding of such consumption, if you go and ask them, they would say that they would go to a butcher's shop and a healthy animal will be brought, that shall be butchered and given. That is the general norm. This is what I have understood. Please feel free to correct me. Generally, people will not go to the forest, search for carcasses or bodies which are already dead and then take that flesh. That is not the norm even among non-vegetarians. So, Jatayu is one such unique bird which may not even eat a living animal. When the animal dies and its carcass is left, that dead, decaying meat or matter is left, it will consume. So, it is like a scavenger bird. So, Jatayu was nowhere close to orthodoxy. So, what is the prosperity lying in him? Second, Jatayu was powerful, but nothing before Ravana. So, when Ravana is the one who is the opponent to Jatayu, Jatayu is sure to meet his own death. In what way is he Shriman again? Now, for which the commentator says, Shriman Kainkarya Shri Samriddhaha, because he had the opportunity to serve Mata Sita and thereby Sri Rama, that was his biggest sign of prosperity. Now he says, do not cause any harm to my daughter and to my daughter-in-law Sita. I treat her as my daughter. Since I am akin to Dasharatha, she is like my daughter-in-law. Do not hurt her. Nahi me mokshase jivan yadi not srijase vadhum. At that point in time, Jatayu also says, I have lived for many years. I know how to win over opponents. Do not play your tricks with me, Ravana. Ravana, remember, you seem to assume that you are carrying a personification of spotless beauty with you. But remember, Sita is like a poisonous snake that is tied around a person's neck. However beautiful and aesthetic that snake may look around a person's neck, it will surely bite him and that person will be meeting death in the fangs of that snake. So is Sita to you. Sarpamashi visham badhva vastrantena vabudhyase grivayam pratimuktam cha kalapasham na pashyasi. There was a fierce battle between Ravana and Jatayu. Tasya vyayachhamanasya ramasyarthe sa ravanaha pakshau padau cha parshvau cha khadgamudhritya sochinat. Jatayu fell on the ground when Ravana used the divine sword called as Chandrahasam gifted to him by Shiva. Tatastutam patraratham mahitale nipatitam ravana vegamarditam punascha sangrihya shashi prabhanana sururoda sita janakatmaja tada. Then as Jatayu swirled and fell on the ground with blood oozing with his wings cut, Sita goes and she hugs Jatayu. She embraces Jatayu. She in fact says, Ayam hi kripaya Rama maam tratumiha sangataha shete vinihitao bhumau mama abhagyad vihangamaha mama abhagyad. Because of the misfortune that I am carrying with me, You had to face death, Jatayu. You had come with a good intent. Because of my misfortune, you have died, she cried. Kalidasa summarizes this in Raghuvamsham. Rakshasa mrigarupena vanchayitva saraghavo jahara sitam pakshindra prayasakshavinignataha. Ravana then says, do not lament over the scavenger bird Jatayu's death, Sita. He rolls her long hair tresses in his hand and pulls her. That time Brahma, who is witness to this, says, Kritam karyamiti Shriman Vyajahara Pitamaha Prahrishta Vyathitasasan Sarvete Paramarishaya. As he pulled Sita, Brahma says, Project Ramavataram accomplished. Why? Because when he pulled the woman, disrespecting her by her hair, it says that he is inviting death. When he invites death, then Ramavataram's mission is accomplished. Kritam karyam iti Shriman Vyajahara Pitamaha Prahrishta Vyatitashyasan Sarvete Paramarushayaha, says Valmiki. While Sita is being pulled and put back into the Vimanam, Kamban, the Tamil poet, says what Sita felt. It seems Sita felt, I should have heeded to the advice given by my dear brother-in-law Lakshmana. He did warn me that, Mata, this is not a normal deer. This is something very extraordinary. Do not seek for it. He did warn me. He did say this could be the demon called Maricha, but I did not listen. All the more I insulted him, I abused him. It is for all of this Bhagavata Apacharam, for having hurt a true, honest, sincere devotee like Lakshmana, that I am suffering now like this in the hands of this wretched demon. Pinnavan Purayinai Maruthu Pedayen Annavantanai Kadidu Ahattineen Purumannavan Shirayaramayangineen Viriyinnamum Yavvinai Hiyatumoyena. As Sita was being abducted by Ravana, it seems the trees, the tall trees, their branches with the leaves were swaying this way and that way, telling Sita, do not worry, don't be afraid, good times will come to you. So the nature also has its own ways to react to our emotions. Utpadavata bhirata nana dvijaganayutaha ma bhairiti vidhutagra vyaja kurunniva padapaha. Then, as the journey continues, here we have Sita who tells Ravana, Ravana, you have managed to abduct some other person's wife. Despite her warning you, requesting you, pleading to you not to do it, you have not done an act which is worthy of a king. You have secretly abducted. That shows you are a coward. When a bird was trying to protect, you rather were merciless in chopping its wings off. Ravana, the different forms of hell that have been described in the scriptures, is ready to welcome you. Wait your day. Vyaktam hiranmayam stastvam hi sampashyasi mahiruhan nadim vaitarinim ghoram rudhiraughavivahinim khadgapatravanam chaiva bhimam pashyasi ravana taptakanchana pushpam cha vaidurya pravarachadam drakshyase shalmalim tikshnam ayasaihi kantakaischhitam. Sita warns Ravana that he will have to languish in different types of hell. But is Ravana ready to listen? What happens to Sita after that? Well, We have left Rama just like that. Rama was carrying the dead carcass of Maricha back. Did he end up meeting Lakshmana? Next episode.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.